Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Welcome to Boxing with TT. And before we start the video, I want to say thank you to my viewers and my subscribers. As you see, I'm in process of getting rid of this red because I don't want to be on Xena time anymore. I look at this dang on red, honey. I feel like you're trying to play me. Okay. So we got to get rid of it. We got to go. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm kind of nervous about this color. I didn't really want to bleach it, but because I don't want green in my hair, but I'm just going to go for it. And if I don't like it, then I can definitely always switch it up. You feel me? So, yeah. It's my sports bra, y'all. Don't trip. It's just a sports bra. I don't like, I don't like bras no more. Bras, they do too damn much, okay? It's just, yeah, they just do too much. So I'm gonna start off, like I said, I really didn't want to bleach my hair. So I'm just gonna do the color fix it and let it get as light as it can possibly get. So yeah. So I'm still gonna speak about the autism thing because people scared to talk about it. And I also, yeah, I just want to talk about it because I'm people scared of it, and I'm not scared of it because, like I told y'all previously, I've accepted it. Okay, I accepted that my baby is different from other people. No problem in my book. But what do you do when your household is not as acceptance? Or if you're in a relationship with your partner and your partner might not understand? Because y'all know this stuff stink. So that's why I'm making my faces. But what do you do if your partner might not be that understanding? Because you have to understand that it may cause rift in your relationship, okay? Your partner might not be ready to hear, or he or she might not understand exactly what's going on, and it can make y'all collide. Or y'all might just have different parenting styles. So I would suggest that you guys sit down and try to figure out what's best for you and your child, right? Because me and my husband, we go through it. We have disagreements on certain things that the baby should do and the baby shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, we sit down and we talk it out before it gets to the point where no one wants to speak. Because when no one wants to speak, everything turns into an argument, right? So we don't want to do that. This young strong, and I got my window open, okay? The window is open, and yet it's still strong, but it's okay though. So yeah, so you don't want to, do it when you're angry or you're not at a comfortable time to do it. Do it when. When y'all speaking about the baby or the child or however, or the however old the child, your kid is, okay? Talk about it when y'all just having a friendly conversation. That way it's not no tension going on. And understand that you both are not going to parent the same. No people parent the same way. You might have old school, you might have tendencies of the same thing. But you guys are not going to parent the same, and it's okay as long as it's not affecting or is not being overlooked at, as long as no one is hurting no one's feelings or stepping over boundaries, right? So if, for example, if son is doing something that he doesn't have any business doing, we low-key jump him. If his dad tells him to do something and he doesn't do it, and I agree with that, hey, son, what are you doing? I'm going to need you to get it together because your dad just told you whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, it get like that. Like, because my baby, he just got this thing where, I don't know, I feel like he thinks he can do what he wants, right? Sometimes yelling and talking to him and putting him in timeout, it does not work all the time. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. It does not work half the time, okay? It's my son will look at you like freaking crazy because I know you ain't talking to me type of look. Like, who made you king of the ill grill look. Like, because that's exactly what he gives. He gives the snobby, that snobby look, which I know where you get it from, but don't do it to me, because I'm not the child, you are the child, so don't do it to me, right? So, yeah, I think you just have to be patient with it and have a better understanding on exactly what's taking place in your child's life. Every day is not going to be perfect. You guys are not going to agree on everything. That's fine. But do not let your child's disability destroy your relationship. Now, and don't be trying to blame the baby disability on your broken relationship. If it was already broke, damn it, then it wasn't the baby fault. The baby ain't got nothing to do. Okay? The baby ain't got nothing to do with it at all. So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, ever since, no. If y'all relationship already broken, then take y'all behind the counseling. If not, then scoo-doo, you know? Just be there for each other, co-parent the situation, and call it a day. But don't blame your problems on the baby, because the baby actually didn't even ask to be here. I used to have to tell my moms that, like, and back then you ain't had no voice in the household where I'm from. Okay? But I used to have to tell my moms that. I did, because she would flip out on me over certain things, and I used to be like, yo, you know I didn't ask to be here, right? And she, don't get smart. I'm not being smart. I'm just telling you, ma'am, that I originally, ma'am, and in reality, I didn't ask to be here. So don't take your frustrations out on me. And I'll even give you guys a update. I actually had a mental breakdown a couple of weeks after we did the video. After I did my video, I did have a mental break. And, oh my God, he was cutting a fool, like a whole fool, and I didn't know why. I didn't understand what the heck was going on with him. Anything and everything that I tried to do, it did not matter, because he just, like I said, they don't really understand exactly, you know, that they're doing anything wrong, right? So I caught a mental break. I did, and I already suffer with manic depression and anxiety as well. And I just felt like I had enough. Not enough to give up, but it was just like a lot. Like, okay, this baby is not doing, he's just doing the freaking most, and nothing that I'm saying to him is freaking registering in. And I don't know what to do at this state, because I get to that state sometimes, but this was the first time that it actually hit me. And when it hit me, y'all, baby, when it hit me, that baby had hit me, okay? Not my son, but the way that I was feeling. I didn't know that I felt that overwhelmed, right? And once I understood it, my husband was like, what's wrong? And he called him, he was like, you okay? I'm like, you need to come home and come get your son now, okay? Come home and come get your child, okay? And he got to the house and he was like, what's wrong? And I went in my backyard and I just sat down on the step and I just sat there. And he came out and he was like, what's wrong? And I had to tell him. I couldn't sugarcoat it, right? I couldn't sugarcoat it. And once again, I have anxiety. My anxiety be kind of like crazy at times. So I had to learn to not hold in how I felt and just speak on it, but just be respectful when I speak on it, because I am a Sagittarius, and sometimes I can say things in a harmful way, and don't mean it in that way, but it's just the way that I said it came out messed up, right? So I just spaced out for a minute, and I just told them, like, this is hard, like, you know, like I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Like, everything that I was feeling, I just started, you know, expressing to him. And I will tell you the truth, because I'm never going to lie to you guys on my channel, even if I'm talking about boxing or whatever the case may be. Anything that I do is going to be based on research and facts, okay? So when I sat back and I breathed for a minute, and I told him. I told him how I felt. And to be honest with you, he took it and he didn't flip out. He didn't attack me. He just was like, okay, we have to find a solution to, get everything situated. Not everything situated, but to get to the point where you don't have another break, basically. And he didn't say it in those words, because your action speaks louder than words. For him to even approach me and ask me what was wrong lets me know that he was willing to understand or be there for me in that moment, okay? So, with him being there and being supportive to my feelings, it made me look at him in a different light. Because my husband is not the easiest person to get along with, okay? But he just made me feel comfortable with talking to him and opening up to him about how I was feeling. And I didn't have to worry about him getting angry because I don't know what to do, or I feel like I don't have any help or nothing like that. He just took it and he just was like, okay, what is it that we need to do? And this is why I'm telling you guys that if you are in a relationship with your spouse, especially if it's the dad, he's the dad of the baby. If you're going through it, baby, you better say something. You better say something. You better let your man, your baby daddy, together, not together, baby, y'all better let them know. Because at the end of the day, can't nobody read nobody mind. Don't nobody know what nobody is going through. It's completely up to y'all. If y'all going to hide and how y'all feel, or is y'all going to keep it a buck. And you know what I know, you better keep it a buck. And this shit stink. I think I scratched the wood too much. I hope I didn't. It don't sting like my hair falling out though. So we're going to try to hurry up and pat that up in there. Because I refuse to have a Tina Turner moment when my fucking hair fall out in that sink from that perm. And I know I'm not looking at the camera directly, but that's because I'm looking inside the mirror. I'm trying to make sure that I gather everything up. Okay, so that's what I do. I believe that you guys need to sit down and have a conversation. Once you are comfortable with your child's acceptance, once you know that the parent, the person who's helping raise you, is comfortable with the conversation, I think that you guys should sit down and figure out how to move on. What's the next step? Don't be so hard on y'all. Don't be so hard on the kids. Don't take it as an attack on, oh, you're not a good parent, because it has nothing to do with you being a good parent. It has nothing to do with you being a bad parent. Everybody's child is different, and God made that happen on purpose, okay? So now that we've got this situated, and y'all see something? You don't see nothing? I don't see nothing either. Gosh, I'm telling y'all, because y'all know I don't like re-bleaching my hair. I'll just keep going in. But y'all know once I bleach my hair, I'm not re-bleaching it again for another couple of months. But this red just had to go. I got tired of seeing it. And it looks like the girls is trying to get a little bit long, which I'm cool with. If it decides to grow to my lower back, I'm fine with it now. My locks would have been super longer than this, but I'm cutting, taking out, because I already suffer from back pains, and the longer the locks get, honey, the heavier they get. Okay, so gosh, all right, so this junk stink. Okay, so now for my second topic, right? I'm gonna leave this in for a minute. It looks like it's all in here. And I'm going to get my shower cap, and I'm going to leave it in for a minute, and we're going to continue this conversation. Okay. I got a little ponytail. Okay. So my second topic is going to be about your baby, the autistic baby. And letting them be independent, okay, or having friends, okay. So when I had my baby, it was during COVID. COVID literally had just came when I had my son. So he, of course, no, matter of fact, it wasn't right there. It was like right when COVID like hit is when I had my son. I had my son January 2020. Okay, so he just hit it, right. So of course all the kids was on lockdown. People really didn't want their family, friends, whomever around because nobody was really safe out here in the streets like that, right? Right. So what we did was we kept him pretty much in the house. He only went out when he had a doctor's appointment. If somebody wanted to see him, which nobody really was really beasting because they understood it. But if they did, they had to be masked up. But he wasn't around a lot of people. But if he didn't have to go outside, he didn't go outside. But that's just me being a first-time mom and how serious it was at that time. I wasn't trying to take no chances. He already had a little complications before anyway. Before he came home, my baby had to stay in the hospital for 2 weeks, okay? Because he had ammonia and he had an irregular heart rate. So we both decided that, if anybody wanted to see him, like his grandparents, my siblings, his siblings, or I should say grandparent, his grandparent, his great grandmother, his siblings, my siblings, or my husband's kids, if they wanted to see him, then that was fine. But anybody else, you can wait. I'll send you a picture, or we can Zoom or something like that. And he was fine. I thank God while I was at work, I never caught COVID. Even though they made me get that stupid thing. But that's another, we talk about that later. But yeah, he didn't really grow up around, basically, he didn't really grow up around other babies, or he wasn't around other children until after, right? Until after it was over, then, or it calmed down. That's when we started letting him go outside and branch off. So with people that we knew. Once we took him to school, once he was eligible for school, and they said that he was ready for school, my anxiety was up just a tad bit because I always seemed a little bit standoffish with other children. When we would go to certain people's houses who had children, he would be a little bit standoffish, so I didn't know how he would respond. Okay, cool. Now, fast forward, we have a dope neighbor. Her granddaughter is like super, super, super cute, and my son, I think my son low-key got a crush on her. But it's cool though, because she cute and she his age, because usually my baby go after the older girls. I don't know where he get that from, but anywho. And usually he would have been standoffish, but he's not standoffish to the little girl. And he's starting to loosen up to other kids his age as well. And this is hot. And this is hot. Okay. I've never dealt with that before. Never had that problem before. I think I'm going to take this out. Okay. So, yeah, he was pretty standoffish, whatever the case may be. And, okay, so I would say let them go ahead and explore, okay? Don't shelter them in. All right. I understand it can be scary. It can be, nerve-wracking. Especially if they're nonverbal, you don't really understand. If another person understands what your child go through. So I get it, but you have to let them. At the end of the day, rather they have disability, they don't have disability, they're going to make mistakes, right? They're going to run with the wrong people. Hopefully they don't, but they're going to see. First of all, kids know who's wrong and who's right before we do. Let's just be clear. Let's just be very clear about this. Just like a dog can sense a piece of crap dude or a piece of crap chick, your baby can too. Okay? So, that's what they're going to do. They're going to want to interact and intertwine with other people, whether you like them or whether you don't like them. Whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, cousin, The aunt that you don't like might be that person's favorite aunt. It's just that's just what it is, right? So this is why I say don't be scared. My baby will look at a person and he reads people very well. I'll say that. My baby will look at you, size you up, like you his age or something like that. He'll size you up, and if he rock with you, you'll know. If he don't, you will know. Okay? Kids is not as gullible. No, there's no child that's gullible. I don't care how old they are. Even when they're babies, when you can cuddle them and crave them in your arms, they're not that freaking gullible. Okay? They understand who's cool and who's not. Oh, the baby won't come to me because she don't like you. That says a lot right there. That's close. That's the end of this. We might as well just shut it off now. Because they understand who's right for them and who's not right for them. I know for a fact when I was young, I didn't go to everybody. I didn't like everybody. Fact known. And there was a reason behind that. I don't remember, the reason to it, but I know for a fact I didn't go to everybody. I know for a fact I wasn't a people person. I know for a fact I wasn't. But you have to trust. You have to install the trust in you to let your child make these decisions at a young age. It's okay to be scared for your baby to not. It's okay for you to not be so uppity. I don't let my son go to everyone. First of all, my son don't go to everyone, right? Your baby ain't going to go to everyone, right? So he going to mess with, or she going to mess with, or your children is going to mess with who your children mess with. It don't matter how much you, as the parent, try to bribe them. Well, go ahead. But if the baby don't like them, the baby just don't like them. Let's just be honest, right? Your baby don't like the person. Your baby don't like the person. I don't care what it is that they have. They could try to bribe them with, these days, a cell phone. Back in the day, for us, it was some money. You have to give up some pesos, right? Some coins. You got to give me a quarter, a penny, a nickel, $1, $5, $10. Do something to show me that, to give me some money. That's how I was when I was growing up, right? These days, you better have a phone or some money still some money, but you better have a phone, you better have some money, you better have something for me to come to you. You ain't got nothing for me and I don't like you, then I'm not coming towards you. Okay. So that's basically, so when it comes down to kids, children don't see children are innocent. Let's just be clear of that, right? This is why people keep messing with them, because they're so freaking innocent, right? So a kid knows if another kid is not right for them, right? So this is why I say, if you want to take your baby to school camp, you want to put them in a school program, mom, dad, auntie, uncle, niece, poo, nephew, whomever, you don't have to be scared. Yes, you want them to speak a little bit more. Before I put my son in school, I wanted him to speak a little bit more, just in the case, right? Just in the case of went act stupid, or a person hit or says something crazy, my son could come and let me know what's going on, right? But being that he didn't speak properly, or I didn't understand what he was saying, because even if they're non-verbal, if they're babbling, they're speaking. Okay, you just have to figure out what they're saying. So make small conversations with them. Outside, rain, happy, sad, mad, because those one words, you can start forming a sentences with them, because they'll eventually start repeating after you. Once again, you might not understand what they're saying, but trust and believe me, they're saying it. They are. You just don't understand it, but they're talking. They're just not talking in your language. So what I did was I spoke to him in my language, and it made it work. And he understood exactly everything that I was saying, because like I told you in my previous video, I spoke to him from the time he was in my stomach all the way up to now, the same way I'm speaking to you. So he clearly understands exactly what mommy is saying. I just don't clearly understand what he's saying, but I am working towards it, and I am starting to understand what he is saying. Like today, he said the word ass, and I was like, oh yeah, can't say that word around you anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have the songs on my cussing. All right, I got it, mommy. I'm listening. I'm all ears, son. Okay. So then I go back to, don't be scared to let your little one live their best freaking life. As long as you're monitoring, saying everything that's going on, as long as you're standing right there and you can physically go and protect them from any harm before, as long as you're doing your part, let them babies live their best life. Like tomorrow, my baby got a school trip because he started his summer school program, so that he won't lose focus on his schooling, right? His dad is like, are you comfortable with letting him go? I'm like, yeah, this might be lit for him. He might have a ball with it. No, I don't trust other people, a lot of people around my kids. No, I don't. If the chance be anything happens, I know who to contact as well. It's not like he's going out with someone that I don't know who to contact. No, I know exactly who to contact. Now, however it's going to come out, if I'm going to come out in handcuffs and a smile, or if I'm going to come out with just a smile and my baby, then that's a different subject. But I don't try to shed on anything negative. That's the worst thing to do. I try to stay away from negativity, right? Period. Because when you think negative results, you think negative things, you get negative results. So I try to shy away from anything negative before the devil come in around here and start knocking on, oh, this might happen, and then mind your business. Because if you it's like manifesting negativity, and if you keep manifesting negativity, it's going to happen to you. It's going to come up. I'll cross whatever line of him get into trouble when we get there, but I'm never going to manifest it. So he can go. I don't have a problem with him going. Like I said, the place might be, I want to go. Shit. I want to go. I asked him too. I said, can I come? He ain't say nothing. So I guess I can't come. All right, whatever. I guess I can't come or whatever. But whatever. Let's see what this color looking like, y'all. Ooh, we got some pink. All right. She lifted. Okay. All right now. That's why I was feeling a little stingy. It don't sting no more. That's why I ain't tripping. Like it calmed down a whole lot. So just don't, like I said, I'll say it again, don't be afraid to let your child live their best fucking life. Because, and I know it's a scary freaking time to be a parent, right? But everything that's going on, when everybody want to be on demon time, and these people keep harming these freaking kids, it's very scary. But it was scary for us too. We didn't have no phones. We didn't have the support that they have now. We didn't. We had people that used to watch over us. Like if we was in a neighborhood or something like that and anything happened, we knew we could go to Miss Johnson's house and we'd be good. We had, because back then you had grandmamas. You had the big homies. You had the grandparents holding it down. Looking out that window from here. You used to be like, she nosy. I can't do nothing. She was always in the window. And she probably looked at just like how I'm looking right now. But she made sure that your baby didn't want for nothing, didn't need for nothing. And to tell a person, whoever, and the dope boys, they ain't play that. You couldn't come in the hood and take nobody's child from them. What? No. No. Not in Newark. Not in New Jersey. No. You cannot come to no projects and snatch up no little kid. You couldn't touch a black kid in no project, and not around these parts. Now, when I was growing up, no, you could not do that. You would get your behind beat up, beat down. You might got your head knocked off your shoulders, literally, for touching or messing with a child. Now, the dudes, that's different. But parent, like mothers, elders, and children was off limits back in the day. If you seen, the most you probably would see is a drug addict probably get abused by one of the dope boys, something like that. Of course, because they probably don't ran out, they took their stuff, whatever the case like that. But I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. Y'all sugarcoat nothing. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm from the ghetto. I am from the the ghetto bird. That means I'm from the ghetto and the suburbs all at the same dang on time. I know what it looked like. I know what it feels like to live up in the greens. But everybody look at you funny. I know what it's like to be the only black girl in school. And I know what it's like to be surrounded by black girls and black boys in my school. I know exactly what both of them things feels like. Yeah. I know what it feels like to walk through crack barrels. And I know what it's like not to walk through crack barrels. But then you got the old pervert Poppy or Caucasian staring you down. You're weird. Perverts was around back then as well. They just looked. They didn't touch. They probably was me with their eyes. And I didn't even know. I wasn't paying no damn attention. Because I had a father. And I didn't need another one. And older men scared the fuck out of me. I didn't like older men. Not at all. I don't even know how I got with my husband. Well, that's because he looked younger than what he is. He looks way younger than what he is. So that's how he got that off. But I never liked the older men. So you always had older men trying to push up on the young girls at school. Yeah. But you didn't do that in the projects, though. Now, I can't even say that. You knew who to do it to back then. You didn't just walk around just trying to talk to every little young girl. Because all you had to say was, that's such and such parent. That's such and such brother. That's such and such cousin. And if your peoples, if your folks got stank in the hood, ain't nobody trying to talk to you. They ain't looking your mother from they Ray Charles with it. You see her, but no, I don't see nothing. That's just how it was back in the day. People had respect for each other back in the day. They respected, like I said, if your family has some clout, what they call clout, you were safe as a bird. So I get it. I understand the difference between the hood and the suburbs. Don't think I don't. I do. But it was safer back then. If you seen a female getting her behind whooped, it depended on who the female was, actually. Because if she a regular schmegler, 9 to 5 mama, or a 9 to 5 chick, or just going to school, and some niggas, you see some dudes jumping up on her, some niggas will knock them fuck out. You get beat up for putting your hands on females. Because they got a mama, they got a sister, yeah. Or you'll have some niggas be like, yo, chill, like, what you doing, bro? You bugging. Yeah, try to talk to your boy. Because they didn't want that type of attention to the hood because it fucked up the money. Duh. Now the boys is down here because you done beat this girl senseless. Over what? Because she ain't want to talk to you? No, you ain't about to come fuck up this money. We'll beat you up first. Just for you even making that attempt. I don't know what's going on now. Yo, I'm going to talk to y'all because I've been going for a minute. And I want y'all to see how this color going to come out too. So this going to be a nice size video. It is. Because I got to get some things off my chest. I miss y'all. I know y'all miss me. It's okay. I miss y'all. I miss y'all. I love y'all. But no, on a serious tip, I don't know what's going on with that. Right there. Right that way. The most that back then that people didn't understand was mental health, right? We had this thing, what happens in my house stays in my house. I hated that, but that's just what it was. We didn't get in grown folk business, and mental health was never discussed because we didn't know what mental health was. We just was like, oh, your mother was on Ready Rock. That's why you like that. You got dropped too many times. That's why you like that. We just did stuff like that. We didn't know depression, bipolar, schizophrenic. We didn't know nothing like that. It was never talked about. It was never brought up. It was never taught to us in school. We didn't know nothing about that. So the children who did suffer from that was called the R word, which to this day you cannot say it. Why? Because things have changed. In that a sense, the mental health department has changed for the better. There wasn't that many resources back then. If your child had autism, it was, you just had to deal with it. It wasn't nobody that you could get away help. It wasn't no early intervention. It wasn't no books. It wasn't no Google. I don't even know if it was even books. Probably was some books, but good luck. Now you got to go to the library and you got to try to find out exactly what it is. I don't even think it was a diagnosis back then. Now you have all the proper things to help you get you or your child together. I know why my team, my 86 kids was messed up. Them 20 babies, I don't know what's wrong with them. They different. I know why. If you seen the chick getting beat up by a dude, something happened. Something happened. You don't know what happened, but something happened. He didn't literally just walk up to her and pop off on her because she told him no, she had a nigga. Or no, she didn't want to talk to her. You guys are weird. Take me back to the 90s, please. Y'all are weird, for real. Somebody try to tell them something, they don't want to listen. You ain't my mother, I know I'm not. But I'm telling you this because I care about you. And yes, we've all been at that site where that age, especially once a female isn't a virgin no more. Once she get that shape pop, you can't tell her nothing. Dudes too. Once he loses virginity, you can't tell him I got my little stuff on, girl. Get out my face. Once she got her cootie cat, hey, get out my face. I don't want none of that. That's always been there. But I'm talking about the dysfunction of what's going on with people in general. The most we had to deal with was other skin colors not fucking with us. That's the most we had to deal with. Because back then you couldn't call a black person an N-word. No, you get beat up for that. I'm going to tell y'all about that one day too. Yeah, I told you I was the only black girl in my school. You think I didn't go through that? You didn't think I had some, I think he was Ecuadorian. Negro. Ooh. Yeah, we gonna talk about that too. Not today. I got y'all. But yeah, that was the most you probably had to deal with. Was colorism. And once you know, let him know. Don't call. Don't play with me like that. You ain't have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about that no more. Not from him. Now it's just, bitch, I will beat you up. Like, these people is weird. If they was racist, you didn't know. I done ate plenty of beans and rice, being younger and older. I had a whole bunch of Ecuadorians and mommies and poppies invite me and said, the mommy Titi, you ate? Atia, you ate? Yeah, I ate. No, well, bring this plate home to your father then. Or here, you take this home and take it to your father. Him, you eat this plate. Yeah. I done had that too. But it was never like this. Never. Like, everything is changing. The music is horrible. Honey, I be turning on my 90s. I'll turn on my 90s rap and my 90s R&B. I don't want to hear what y'all talking about. What are y'all saying? What is y'all what can I learn from what y'all telling me? My son will never listen to this garbage until he decides that he wants to. I don't play this new stuff. I play number old school. My baby know who Lisa is, okay? Yeah, he know who the Gap Band is. Yearning for Your Love, yeah, that's my baby's song. Whitney Houston, yeah, he likes the Queen of North. Yes, he loves Whitney. He likes Mariah Carey as well. Yeah, he know old school. He don't know that young stuff. I know they say sex sells, but highly weird. How long y'all gonna keep saying sex sells? Y'all been saying sex sells since Lil' Kim, and no, since what's my girl name? Pam Grier. How long is sex gonna keep on damn selling? How much sex gotta sell? Is what I'm asking. Now y'all got the men looking crazy. They don't even look like men. They look like bozos. I wish anybody I wish any of my on my team come to me and they got their nails. But what is wrong with you? The most I seen one of my guys do was get him a doobie. That was the most I ever seen, was get him a doobie. Unless and I ain't even ever see one of my brother sisters with no, I'm lying, I did. No, but it wasn't his nails though. He used to get his nails did. I used to call him Little Prince Jr. because he was real cute. He reminded me of Prince. But his hair was like red. He kept his hair red. And he used to get his nails did. But he kept his nails in color. I mean clear. He wasn't wearing no colors and all of that now. But you also knew he was a boy until he grew his hair out. Now, if he grow his hair out, baby, you want y'all don't know what to say, baby, because he do like a female if he grow his hair out, because his hair get like right here. But other than that, like no. And nobody bothers him. Nobody bothers him where we lived at. Nobody. And they knew, but nobody bothered him. Not at all. He wasn't out with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like. He didn't care if you knew. If you knew, you knew. But at the same time, like he didn't hide it. But he was respectable. And he respected others. Y'all trying to shove it down our throat to appreciate everything and to love everything when we don't have to do that. And I'm not saying don't love who you want to love. Love whoever you want to love. Honey, this is America. This is supposed to be the land of the free. Do what you want to do. That's not what I'm saying. But when you trying to literally choke us to do it, or to nobody made me like people who liked it other genders. My best friend is full stud. 25 years plus. Hands down. Nobody was like, oh, you gotta like her. No, I loved her because of who she is. I said love like past tense. I love her because of who she is. She's always been that 17-year-old girl to me that I met when I was 13, she was 17. She's always been that 17. She has never changed. So I'm never going to change the way I feel for her. I don't care who she sleep with. It ain't me. I ain't got to deal with that. She ain't never make me feel uncomfortable. She's never approached me on that type of time or nothing. Her girlfriends might get upset with me because they think because she got a straight best friend, y'all did something before. Not never. I've always liked that man, honey. Always and forever. Always. But to her friends, her girlfriends, whoever she dated, y'all can't be that much. Y'all can't be. I'm sorry, y'all, because it's getting hot. Y'all can't be that much of best friends. Y'all always under each other. That's my bitch. And she gonna be my bitch until one of us go. And probably not even then. So there's no quarrel of me that I don't like you because of your gender. I don't care who you mess with. It's just the simple fact of they're literally shoving it down our throat. Like they're literally trying to make us love what people do. Even with this demon time-ish. It's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. And I feel so bad for my son's generation. I thought I felt bad for the other kids' generation. Like the teens that's already in full effect. No, I feel bad for the little baby's generation. because they already they dethroning manhood. They're literally dethroning it in our faces, and it's ridiculous. I'm about to wash this out, and then we're going to do I might do my color video tomorrow because it's already going on 45-minute mark. Yeah, so I'm gonna color this out and I'm gonna be right back. Okay. Alright, so I just got finished washing, and I know y'all like she is all over the place today, but we just gonna call this Let's Talk, because I want to talk about some things. Okay, so I am going to leave my hair like this for today. This is actually kind of freaking cute. This is actually freaking cute. I'm going to leave my hair like this because I don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to leave my hair like this probably for till tomorrow, or I might take some pictures. I might rock this or something. Well, it's wet and I don't want to, and I did an ABC earlier, and as y'all see, I just got finished bleaching, so I'm not going to mess with it probably for the next, I don't know, depending on how I feel tomorrow, if I'm not scared, because I'm not going to lie, I was scared of putting that in my hair, because I don't usually ABC and bleach and dye all in one day. It's just, I got levels to my hair. I got so yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it alone for today. This came out actually cute, so I think I'm going to wear this for a couple of days. I've never did pink. I've never done pink before, guys. The closest I did was rose pink, or magenta is the closest I've ever got. But pink and blonde, I've never rocked, and I think I like this. So I'm gonna oil it up real good, and we'll see y'all when it's time for me to color my hair. But I just wanted to get some of them things off my chest, because it's really been wearing on me. So that's why the video was pretty much all over the place. The autism, and then jumping into what's going on with the men, because I really don't understand. I need somebody to tell me what's going on. Everybody, all these men can't be on demon, and the girls too. Everybody cannot be on demon time. I don't know if it's the Mary Jane. I don't know if it's I don't know. And it's not even like, I can't even say that, because some older people wilding out too. I just want to know, like, what's on everybody's biscuit at this moment. So that's why I made that video. But the autism thing, I just wanted y'all to, I just want people to feel free and not feel like they're like they don't have an outlet, or they can't get the information that they need or nothing like that. When it comes down to having to dealing with an autistic child, you can still have a regular schmegular lifestyle like some of us wants to have. Okay, you don't have to pretend that there's nothing wrong with your baby. It's not wrong with the baby. It's not wrong with the baby. What the fuck? They are no more less. They still deserve respect. They still deserve love. They still deserve guidance, happiness, hopefulness, blissfulness. In your relationship, if you're in one, or whomever you decide to be in a relationship with, they still deserve, you still deserve happiness on your own as well, on your part as well. Don't be afraid to, link up with someone, or have your child, be a kid. There's nothing wrong with it. And like I said in the beginning, I get it, because everything is weird, and that's why I started talking about what's been going on now, because I get it. You can't just leave your baby outside. I'm not leaving my baby outside. I don't care how old he is. He could be maybe 10. Maybe I'll think about it, depending on where I live at. But back then, it was just certain things that you can do and you couldn't do back in the day, that you can't do and that you could do now. Right? So that's basically why I was jumping all over the place, because it's just, I wanted to touch with the autism. I wanted to touch on, you know, how autism can mess with a relationship. Not the child, but the diagnosis, or any diagnosis can mess with a relationship. And then I also wanted to open up about how you can, you know, just let your baby go ahead, and not to be scared to let your baby be a baby. You know, not let him be scared to be a kid. Even though things have changed, you still have to let your child be a child. All right. So that's it for today. This is not going to be my permanent here. Messing with me, it will be. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I love y'all. Stay prayed up, and I will see y'all when I see you. Peace out.